was very, very supportive of the new growth job plan targets, where you've got 5 million jobs to be created over the next 10 years, and that is just really a breakdown of where they expect those jobs to be created. I think the disappointing thing and the issue that is of concern for the big picture is how do you create so many jobs when you actually only have growth rates of between 3 and 4.5%. The last time we had that type of number of jobs created in the economy was really in the 1950s and 60s, when we had growth rates in the region of 6 to 7%. And I think the government misses the fact that the government's role is actually to be an enabler of business, and they should enable business to grow in an economic climate, or in a climate where there's easy regulation, where you don't have tight labour legislation, etc. And the question mark in my mind is how are you going to create 5 million jobs when you really only have fairly pedestrian growth? And there's this sort of disconnect between government policy and legislation and enabling businesses to take on more employment. Because there's a lot of regulation, there's a lot of red tape, and I think the labour legislation makes it very sticky for private employers to employ people, and I think the government could make that a lot easier. I think one of the biggest worrying big trends within the budget is this huge increase in the wage bill. The wage bill is now 40% of non-interest expenditure. If you look, in 2006 the wage bill was 156 billion, and with this budget the wage bill is now 314 billion. An incredible rise in the wage bill. And this is because the public sector has just absolutely ballooned, and they've just taken on more and more employees. And with the new growth plan, this number isn't going to come down, because they probably see themselves as an employee to help towards a 5 million job creation. And the big issue is you actually want the private sector to employ, and you actually want the private sector to grow the employment base, because that is where it's much more sustainable. And once again, I'm coming back to this issue, the government should be an enabler for businesses to be able to employ, and that doesn't come through strongly in this budget, and that is a worry. Yes, they've got a lot of subsidies, etc., but what happens once those subsidies get taken away? Are those people going to lose their jobs? You actually want sustainable growth and sustainable employment patterns.